What's good, friends? Uh, I know I said I wasn't going to talk about politics anymore, but with Bernie Sanders not getting the nomination, I feel like I have to say something. You know, uh, I think that Bernie was totally cheated, and Trump even sent out a tweet this morning and said, "Thank God for Elizabeth Warren or whatever, because Bernie Sanders would have gotten the nomination, would have won every state, if she had dropped out prior to when she did." I mean, I'm paraphrasing, of course. Trump said it much more cunty than that, but and I appreciate that. I think it's funny, but I hope that Bernie Sanders will run as an independent, and here's why I hope he'll run as an independent. Because if he runs third party, Green Party, maybe I would think would be the most fitting for him. Um, it'll split the ticket, and the DNC will be just destroyed. After losing twice to Trump, and if they lose to Trump twice, and Bernie Sanders stays in the race and gets a majority of, or gets a lot of votes that would have added up to a majority, uh, people will, they'll wake up. They'll realize that the DNC is trash. But I'll totally vote for Bernie Sanders if he does. If he doesn't drop out, I would love to contribute to smashing the DNC. Not because I'm like some hardcore right wing guy, but because the DNC is pretty much a right wing party. You know, and if you can't see that by now, if you can't see that the Democratic Party is just some centrist right wing uh, excuse for leftist politics in America, then you're not paying attention. First of all, you're not paying attention, and I don't know what I can say or do to help you to realize that they don't care. They don't care about universal health care. They don't care about any of that shit. They just want they want they want to be able to lobby for their billionaires, and you know and I mean, it's never going to change. That will never change. The DNC will be destroyed before that changes. Point blank. Period. And that's becoming more and more obvious. If it isn't destroyed this election, I don't see them being able to stick it through two more. Maybe in 2024, but if they don't win in 2024, 2028 is out. You know, can't even. Might as well forget about it. But there's a lot of shit going on right now with this coronavirus bullshit, and a lot of people on social media and stuff are like posting pictures of them talking about how bored they are, while the rest of us are like breaking our backs at work and making less money because your hours get cut, and half the employees will say, "I'm not working anymore. I'll just collect my stimulus check," and so you're just fucked. If you're a responsible person who isn't a millionaire, you're pretty much fucked, you know. And I'm not trying to complain. I'm grateful that I have a job, but it's really like frustrating to have all these people saying better off at home. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, I gotta work. I gotta, I have a job, and until they say don't come to work, I have to be there. You know, I would love to be better off at home. Um, but and people are so petty. The first thing they do is they blame Trump for this pandemic. And, it's not an American problem. It's a worldwide problem. You know what I mean? And sure, he could have acted faster, but no one did. No one did. You know what I mean? If it's your responsibility to take care of yourself. It's not the government's responsibility to make sure that you have surgical masks and toilet paper. It's just not. You know what I mean? We shouldn't rely on the government to meet our basic needs. Unless you're like disabled or something. Unless you That's why we have a government, to take care of problems that we as a society want fixed. You know what I'm saying? To help people who can't help themselves, possibly, depending on the situation. Or, for roads and shit. We don't need, like the government passing out Jolly Ranchers on the sidewalk. You know what I'm saying? It's a waste of money. And, I don't know. I'm still heartbroken about John Prine. I was thinking about a lot of other stuff that I thought about after I made the original video. So I'll probably make another video about John Prine, just because such a he had such an impact on me. Uh, but yeah, it's a sad day, man. Bernie Sanders is out. Uh, John Prine is dead. You know, no luck with the coronavirus yet. Just, could something else please happen that is like somewhat positive? I'm waiting for like the good news, and it just keeps like punching me in the face. 2020 has been a shitty fucking year, but you know, you just gotta work through it and try to be positive as best as you can. I'm sorry that this video hasn't been particularly positive, but I think it's important to have realistic insight to what's going on. The DNC does not care about, you know, left wing politics. They care about capitalism. And I mean, sure, I mean, like, that's not the worst thing in the world to want to protect, but it's not what the people that they're supposed to be representing care about. You know what I'm saying? For the great majority, at least, it's not what they care about. And a lot of people probably will vote for Biden just because he's not Trump and whatever, but what's the difference, really? Like, what is the difference between Joe Biden and Donald Trump? They're very, like, superficial differences. Like, they both love to touch people inappropriately and sound crazy a lot of the time. So, I mean, they're pretty superficially similar as well. Whatever. Peace. Love you.